For today's class, I have these two questions to do. I'm going to do a video on the second question here, which is a tape dispenser, and I'm just going to talk through the first question here, but you have to do this one then on your own. I want to see how you get on at it. So the first one is a tape dispenser, and it's draw an elevation in the direction of arrow A, so just draw the elevation looking in here at A, then draw the end view looking in the direction of arrow B, and then we have to again develop this tape dispenser. So I'm just going to start now and start off the drawing. I'm just going to follow the measurements given, so I'm just going to draw a line across the bottom, and I'm just going to draw the elevation. So 15 in, then 65. So I'll draw these lines up. And this is the, as you know as well, this is the perpendicular side of the tape dispenser. The height here then is 45. And this is going down then to the, that's the slope of this line here. It's going down to the end of the 65 line. 65 millimeter line. Then the circle is radius 35, so it's up 70. And then 35 in the middle here for your compass. So I'll set my compass to 35 and draw in that half circle. And then this slope here then goes down. I'm just going to put this in heavy then. This slope here then goes straight down to the end of that other point. This line joins up here, and then just finish off the elevation of our tape dispenser. And then in the center of the circle then, we also have a smaller circle with a radius 10, so I'm going to set my compass to radius 10. And I'm just going to draw in that smaller circle. So that there now is the completed elevation of this question. So now we have to do an end view looking in a direction of arrow B. So the end view is going to go over here. So we're just going to project over our lines, our heights or whatever. And then I'm going to measure over about 20, just from the end of the circle. Measure over about 20. And then the width of the tape dispenser then is 35. So drop your two lines at 35. That's the whole width of the tape dispenser. Then bring over this the end of the slope here. Bring that over that line as well, and then just draw this in. Then you draw on the two sides heavy, you draw on the top of the other side heavy, you draw on the top line, the bottom line. I'm going to put an XY line, going to put in the top of the end of my tape dispenser in heavy, and then this line you won't be able to see it, so it goes in as broken. And that is the end view of our tape dispenser. So again, as always, we're going to take the biggest side of our tape dispenser when doing development. As we know to here, this is the biggest side. As you can see, this bit here is kind of grey, so you know that's hollow. So all we have to do is just fold down the two sides, fold down the front, and then develop out the circle. So that's all we're going to do now. So I'm just going to, I kind of run out of a bit of room here, so I'm just going to do the same shape over here again. So I'm just going to bring this shape over here, so it allows me then to develop out the front. I should have done this drawing here more kind of in the middle, so when you're doing yours, make sure to kind of put this maybe around here in the middle. So I'm just going to draw up my line again then. This is going to be my base piece, so I can add on 35 to that. Add on 35 to this. And the length is 15 plus 60 5, which is 80. So measuring 15 and then 80. So this now is my base piece of my tape dispenser. So, and now I'm just going to draw in the two sides. And as you know from the elevation, these two sides, height is 45, and as we're folding them down, the height is now this length here. So that's 45, and this one over here then as well is 45. And then over to our end one here, because this is 65, to get the slope again. And then we draw out these lines here then and do our circles. So we set our compass then to 35, which gives us the radius circle of, or which gives us the circle of 70. So I'm just going to set that to, I'm just going to draw in my circle heavy here then. And same on the bottom side. Draw on this heavy. And then we're just going to join these, so draw across your 15mm line, and then we're just going to join the top part of each circle back to the bottom of that slope, so just here. Now we can put this in heavy, as I know it's the right. So these are the two sides now folded down. These are the two sides folded down. And we're just going to do this line here broken, as this is where the line folds. And this is the base piece as well then. So we've literally just put the tape dispenser, let's say, down flat. We folded down the two sides. Now we're just going to fold down this side here, and then we're just going to roll back the back piece. So firstly, I suppose we'll start off with the easy part, is just fold this part here straight down. So extend these lines here. And we know the height as well is 45, so you can just put in your 45 line. The height, the length here has to be the same here as these points here are going to meet. So you put in your 45, and you can draw that in heavy then. Mistake there now. No, so that's the front part then developed out. The two sides developed out. I must include them circles actually. And then after this, then all we have to do then is develop out the curve. And again, as you know, all we do in elevation then is just divide the circle into 60, 30, or all the possible angles. And then number them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and we just come out here then. So we can just set our compass to the distance between 1 and 2, as they're all the same. So we have six and then 7 at the end, and we can just draw down these lines here then. And we just number them then as well to help us understand. So 1 is it starts at the bottom, as it does it start here. 1 starts at the bottom, 1 starts at the bottom here as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And again, 7 is at the top. It's going to finish up here. That's where 7 is going to be, up here, and 7 is also up here in the elevation. So that's the round part of the tape dispenser then developed out as well. And that is that question then finished. So when you're going at this question now, make sure you put it more in the middle. Then project down this surface here as the biggest surface you have. Then draw the base. As the base is easy enough, you know it here. The base is just 15 by 65 and then 35 width. And then draw the other side, because the two sides are going to fold down. Then you're just going to fold down the front part, fold it down. And then you're just going to, again, divide your circle into 60 and 30 in elevation. And then literally just fold it out into your 6 pieces. Then you have this question then as well. I'm not going to do this question. I want to see how you get on yourselves. So the first part of this question is draw the elevation of this object here. So this is just literally draw the elevation. This is what it'll look like. This is what it'll look like in elevation. It's just a scissors holder. And a little circle up here at the top. Then draw the plan projected from elevation. So the plan is underneath, as you know. So just draw this across here. And you have your 2 circles then at the bottom, or semicircles at the bottom. And then complete the surface development of the scissors holder. As I always told you, take the biggest surface you have. So I'd say to start this up at the top left, project across then, and draw the biggest surface you have. So we have the back piece, so draw in the back piece. So you have the back piece in then, that's the true shape. What you're going to do then is you're going to just develop out these here. Again, divide their circles into 60, 30, and number your points, and then they're just going to develop out here. They're going to develop out left and right. You're going to have your points then 1 to 7, and then underneath then you're just going to drop down your semicircles here. And your semicircles, you have the true shape of your semicircles from looking down at the plan. And that there is what your question will look like when it's finished. So you just have the 2 questions to do by the end of class and upload them, and I'll correct them and I'll give you feedback on them. So they should keep you busy for the 2 classes. Perfect. Thanks very much.